Falcons and the Cincinnati Bengals. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25. Dak going to start out going to the air. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And the Falcons are going to take possession of the football.
And part of why they came to this week with a winning record is that they feed off of mistakes like this. And now it's a prime opportunity. Just moments in the game to get a short field touchdown off of their big defensive play. Now on the other side, they were already the underdog in this one. They just made their uphill battle just a little bit tougher.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now back to throw. On the right side, this is Miller. And the Falcons are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. 1st and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. Robinson is into the end zone. It's a Falcons touchdown. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of a season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
From the 27, Prescott. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
But they certainly came out firing in this one, and while that one was incomplete, I can't imagine that'll be the last shot that they take in this game.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Looking to throw. Prescott. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you're coming off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. And they'll be looking to make this a two-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football. The disaster there, I mean, you saw it coming. The pressure gets knocked down, the interception.
Sometimes the best throw you make is the one you
don't make.
Exactly. Take care of the football. He'll also learn how to shrug his shoulders, take the proper slide steps to alleviate some of the pressure. But occasionally, like the one we just saw, sometimes just hold on to the football and take the hit.
And it's caught. And he's brought down. That one good for 17 yards. And now they've got it first and goal.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed it up with another nice one here. And before you know it, they're already looking at first and goal.
Come on. Hey.
And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. That really sets him back, a loss of 6.
And we often talk about defensive ends setting the edge, sometimes even the outside linebackers, but how about here? This is a cornerback essentially setting the edge and finishing off that play for a loss.
Now from the 7, here's second and goal. To throw is Prescott. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
One of the great coaches said football is really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush won, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
They'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is third and goal.
46.
They'll send a receiver in motion left. Prescott on third and goal. Finding Tolbert here over the middle. They're able to hold him to 3 there, and that leads to a 4th and goal.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. Third down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game, and they get hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense, the firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Second down and a run by Robinson. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little little bit of pressure going to the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
Shreds him with a stiff arm. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That's a first down with a cherry on top, 31 yards.
Here we go, set. Field, left.
On play action, they'll throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
We know he has a lot of confidence in his arm and likes to force it downfield, but the coverage was tight there. Fortunate it wasn't picked off.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. He'll look to throw. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete. Charles, he doesn't seem to be particularly in tune with his receivers. Just 2 for 7 throwing the football. But he did seem really locked in before the game.
Yeah, and that has to do with receivers sometimes. Sometimes the defenders knock them off their route. And you're usually pretty precise. 1, 2, 3 cut, balls out of his hands to the receiver. In this case, might be off.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football.
I believe this is what you would call growing pains here, partner, because this defense obviously took the challenge facing the rookie, and they wanted to help indoctrinate him to the NFL. So now the big question is, can he answer that challenge and rebound with plenty of time remaining in this game?
Number 46. 47.
Following the interception, here's Prescott. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Boyd. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and that'll make it 2nd down. Prescott now. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up. Now Prescott. This is caught. It's Boyd. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Ready for the 2nd quarter from Cincinnati. It's the Bengals with the football here as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Inside handoff to Mixon. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. A CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you...
And, it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Richie Grant. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And the Falcons are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects it.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. To the right side, complete to Miller. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. field. He's got him in. Complete. Touchdown, Falcons. I'll let you do the analysis, partner, but with every touchdown pass this young quarterback throws and with the success that his team has had, I just continue to be more and more impressed.
Let's both do the analysis. Impressed. Aren't we both?
Yeah.
I mean, why shouldn't we be? We've seen him improve throughout the year. We've seen him settle in now, and you can see the confidence of the team has grown. His confidence has grown. I think that everyone around this guy feels good about what they've seen, and it's also safe for him when he's driving home to turn on Sports Talk Radio. He's okay.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I was
going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Prescott from the gun. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards. A 12-yard loss, and it brings up 3rd. And the Bengals on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile. In motion left goes Boyd. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That one taken in by T. Higgins. 20. Touchdown Bengals. T. Higgins. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals have got it back to within a score. Extra point by McPherson up and good. And that makes it a 14-10 ball game. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And Patterson not going to return this. It'll come out to the 25. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
3 yards remain for 2nd down. They'll set up to throw. That's out wide here for Robinson. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the 1st down, and that's exactly what he did.
to throw now on first down. Man open is Robinson. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Out of the gun, they give to Robinson. And he's going to have a gain of 11 to the 11 before he's brought down. 1st and 10.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Now we're 1st and 10 at the 11. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. They'll look to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And the Bengals are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Here's Prescott. And that is incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Now Prescott. And this one is incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Taken in at the 22. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And it will be Falcon football. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot. Perfect example of the kind of attitude you have to play defensive back in the NFL. You want to be the only defender around, and you want them to challenge you. And on that play, he came through.
And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
He'll drop to throw. He's going to loft this one deep left sideline. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. The Falcons send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And call that an even 50 yards on the punt with 7 on the return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. 1 second, all that remains. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. So we have reached halftime now with the visiting Falcons out on top. As we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more because I thought in the first half it didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away, but the bottom line is that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Got his man. It's London. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the 3rd downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the 3rd quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
So 8 yards on the completion there, and it'll be second and a couple. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
And so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down.
He's got a man, complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. 36 yards on the play. That's evidence of why you spend a high draft pick on a receiver, isn't it, Charles?
It certainly is. His ability to make plays like that, and we've seen flashes of it from him so far in his rookie season. But also, it opens things up for the rest of the offense because they have to bring their attention to him as well.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Partner, for once in my life, I'll be succinct. In a one-possession game, every single stop like that could be a difference maker.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Hand off to Robinson out of the shotgun. They'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7.
10 cycles.
Back to throw here. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Scotty Miller, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Falcons take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and that makes it a 21-10 game. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going. They make their second half debut here, and things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points there, Charles, that touchdown drive on the other side. So now it's a 2-score game here. Got to be careful.
They certainly do, and I'm just wondering at halftime if those guys just looked into each other's eyes and realized what they've got to get done and come out a little bit more charged up, because if they don't get some kind of points here, that next drive, that could make this a 3-possession game.
From the 27, Prescott. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked by Jeff Okudah.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. They'll start by running the option to the right. They'll pitch it to Robinson. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Falcons are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now.
Bengals 10. Younghoe Koo to kick off for Atlanta.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Open man is Chase, complete. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a 1st down.
Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. And the Falcons are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores. But, yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And, look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is a team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call. Mark off the 5 and keep it moving.
43 round.
Robinson up the middle. And they'll get him down right at around the 11-yard line. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
Well, they've certainly been successful throwing it around in this game. That's allowed them to move the ball on offense. But I've got to tell you, to watch them run the football and successfully, I'm not taking sides. But to see the ball in the running back's hands, oh, that's football for me.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
There he goes, right side. Past the 20. Touchdown, Falcons.
And remember, partner, that's a rookie quarterback back there. Apparently, he's getting the hang of this NFL thing pretty quickly.
And 3 touchdown passes. You're right, he looks comfortable. What are they doing? Anything in particular?
Well, they keep talking about making sure they're giving him plays that fit his talents and also maybe shrinking the playbook a little bit. They did tell us that. Bottom line, he's really good.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you...
Oh, Prescott stripped. 3 quarters in the books. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The fumble on first down now. Here's second down. This is Mixon on the draw. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a first down.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Prescott now from the 50. He completes it to Boyd. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle him after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Now left side on the swing pass. And he is going to lose yardage here. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. They're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, it's Prescott. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. And a nice job there defensively. They get him to the ground short of the first, right around the 42. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. It's tough to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
And here's a throw taken in by Boyd. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first. Mixon with a first down carry. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Prescott. Oh, he catches it off the tip. It wasn't even intended for him. Touchdown! Irv Smith Jr. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Bengals are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that'll cut the lead down to 18. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Ready.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate, but we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
Going up top for Miller. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
After what they've faced during this game where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
They'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Now on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. This is brought in at the 21. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Bengals will take over here first and 10. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. The coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. Grady Jarrett able to record his 5th sack of the season.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailing by multiple touchdowns and a late sack, just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
To try again after the sack. Prescott dumps it off to Mixon. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Here's Prescott. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Richie Grant. And the Falcons are going to take possession of the football. That is now 5 interceptions that he has thrown in this ball game. If I asked you to speculate what's possibly going on in his head, what would you say?
Well, if he's as mentally strong as I believe he is, he understands that not all of these picks have been his fault. Some of the throws, yes, but there have been a good number of them where he hasn't been helped by his own receivers, and they've turned into interceptions. So he knows if he keeps firing, perhaps good things can happen, not just in this game, but especially in later ones.
That ball is caught. It's London for the Atlanta touchdown. A great play there. 26 yards. And the Falcons look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. Coup for the extra point. And they open the lead up now to 25 points.
Makes the score Falcons 42, Bengals 17. Young Wei Koo to kick off for Atlanta.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. The Bengals drive about to get going. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already...
And my goodness, another interception. Picked by Jeff Okudah. And the Falcons come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. Charles, a lot of happy